inclusive education. In the Philippines, legal mandates. The 1987 Philippine Constitution provides for the recognition and promotion of other forms of education other than formal education. The Philippine Constitution, Article 14, Section 2, provides the following. The first paragraph declares that the state shall establish, maintain, and support a complete, adequate, and integrated system of education relevant to the needs of the people and society. Paragraph 4 concisely encourages non-formal, informal, and indigenous learning systems, as well as self-learning, independent, and out-of-school study programs, particularly those that respond to community needs. And paragraph 5 states as follows: provide adult citizens, the disabled, and out-of-school youth with training in civics, vocational efficiency, and other skills. In the context of Republic Act No. 10533, or the Enhanced Basic Education Act of 2013, and its implementing rules and regulations, define the inclusiveness of enhanced basic education through the implementation of programs designed to address the diverse physical, intellectual, psychosocial, and cultural needs of all learners, which shall not be limited to programs for learners with disabilities, programs for learners under difficult circumstances, madrasa program, indigenous peoples, education program, and programs for the gifted and talented. Republic Act No. 9710, also known as the Magna Carta of Women, and its implementing rules and regulations, states that the state shall provide equal access and to eliminate discrimination in education, scholarships, and training. This includes admission, curriculum and educational materials, delivery using gender-sensitive language, and capacity building on gender and development, peace and human rights for teachers and those involved in the education sector. Republic Act No. 100-157. The Kindergarten Education Act passed in 2012 declares the policy of the state to provide equal opportunities for all children to avail of accessible, mandatory, and compulsory kindergarten education that effectively promotes physical, social, intellectual, emotional, and skills stimulation and values formation to sufficiently prepare them for formal elementary schooling. Republic Act No. 9155. Otherwise known as the Governance Act of Basic Education Act of 2001, enforces the establishment of the alternative learning system to provide out-of-school children, youth, and adults with basic education. Republic Act No. 8371. The Indigenous Peoples' Rights Act of 1997 provides the following. The state shall provide equal access to various cultural opportunities to the indigenous cultural communities, indigenous peoples through the educational system, public or cultural entities, scholarships, grants, and other incentives without prejudice to their right to establish and control their educational systems and institutions by providing education in their own language, in a manner appropriate to their cultural methods of teaching and learning. Indigenous children or youth shall have the right to all levels and forms of education of the state. Republic Act No. 9344. The Juvenile Justice and Welfare Act of 2006 requires educational institutions to work together with families, community organizations, and agencies in the prevention of juvenile delinquency and in the rehabilitation, reintegration, and protection of children in conflict with the law rather than punishment, and emphasizes restorative justice. Republic Act No. 9442. An act amending Republic Act No. 7277 of 1992, otherwise known as the Magna Carta for Disabled Persons, mandates the provision of educational assistance to persons with disabilities, for them to pursue primary, secondary, tertiary, post-tertiary education, as well as vocational or technical education in both public and private schools. Republic Act No. 10665. The Open High School System Act of 2015 declares the policy of the state to broaden access to relevant quality education through the employment of an alternative secondary education program to overcome personal, geographical, socioeconomic, and physical constraints. Republic Act No. 10361 Batas Kasambahay, or Domestic Workers Act of 2013, mandates that domestic workers, or kasambahay, be afforded the opportunity to finish basic education, including elementary and secondary education, with employers adjusting work schedules and potentially providing financial assistance, and mandates the Department of Education to ensure their continued access to alternative learning system. Republic Act No. 7610, also known as the Special Protection of Children Against Abuse, Exploitation, and Discrimination Act of 1992, declares that it is the state policy to provide special protection to children from all forms of abuse, neglect, cruelty, exploitation, and discrimination, and other conditions prejudicial to their development, provide sanctions for their commission, and carry out a program for prevention and deterrence of and crisis intervention in situations of child abuse.
For more discussions and similar videos, please like, share, subscribe and click the notification bell.